The following is a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio. From hot dogs to cool kitties, this is Darkside of the Pooch.
Welcome back to the dark side of the Pooch. He is Dr. Rab Stewart, owner of the Rossbridge Animal Hospital, 208-0301, rossbridgevet.com, .net, .gov, all that stuff, .pets. You know, is there a .pet?
Maybe there should be.
There should be a .pet. .net? I know there's a .net. How are you, my friend? What's going on?
Man, you know, I was thinking about, first of all, let me say this.
Yeah.
Was it last Thursday or the Thursday before? I think it was the Thursday before. I got to go to the Lyric and see Bruce Hornsby, and it was so great.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about that show. Was it awesome? What a great place to see a show, too.
It was so great. It's just I think it's the best venue in town. I really do. I think it's
our
the
good
best venue in town.
friend Taylor Hicks owns part of that, by the way. That's where he
awesome.
plays. Whenever he's in town, he plays there. It's much like the Alabama Theater, but it's even better to watch a show because it's a little more spread out, but it's killer. So answer me the question. He said that he wasn't going to play a bunch of his hits, or he doesn't like to play a bunch of his hits. He likes to play the stuff he likes. What did he play?
He played a lot from the new album, which I really like. He was just on Jimmy Fallon a few days ago playing the title track from the new record. It's so good.
What's it called?
He played, his new record's Indigo Park. It's called Indigo Park. So he played the song Indigo Park. He played another song, Entropy Here, I think. And that is a song that he does with, oh man, what is her name? Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt's on that record.
Love me some Bonnie Raitt. Seen her down the Alabama Theater a couple of times. She's fantastic. I love her.
They go way back. They did stuff in the early 90s together. So he played that song. Bonnie was, of course, not there. He played a great song that is really weird. It's called Alabama. It's on the new record. And he told a cool story. That's the great thing about seeing Hornsby is he'll give you little stories along the way.
Yeah.
And so Robert Hunter, who was the lyricist for the Grateful Dead, one of the main lyricists for the Grateful Dead, about 11 years ago, he sent the lyrics to Hornsby. And he said, look, this is just a mess. It's crazy. I don't even know what it means. I just wrote it. And if you want to put words to it, go ahead. And so he, 11 years later, he puts music to the words.
Wow.
And it's a crazy song. It translated really good live. He also played a song. He played some hits. All right.
Did he?
Played Mandolin Rain in the encore. He played The Way It Is very early.
Yeah.
He played Across the River, which was on the last album.
Love that song. Love that song.
And I didn't realize that Jerry Garcia played guitar on that song. So good.
Every Little Kiss?
He did not play Every Little Kiss.
That's my favorite song. Valley Road?
He played Valley Road. And the great thing about Valley Road is he did it with his dulcimer. So it was like back porch music. So he was on the dulcimer. The guy who played the drums, fantastic drummer. He was playing the washboard. And then they had he has a violinist that was playing the mandolin during that song. And then his guitarist was phenomenal, just an incredible tone. It was such a great show. And then let's see, what other hits?
He hit all the notes too. He could still sing.
You know, he sings it in a lower register now.
Does he? Okay,
yeah, he sings in a lower register.
Because he got some pretty high tunes. How old is he now? He's 60. So he's 70.
I think he is exactly 70. But the show, it was so good. He's so great. He's just an awesome. He's an awesome musician.
That's great. Ringo Starr just announced last week he's back on the road.
Wow.
Not sure who's in his band. He's 85.
85, yeah.
85. Not sure who's in his band, but he just released his first country album.
Wow.
And it sounds just like a Ringo Starr country album. It sounds just like you'd think a Ringo Starr country album would sound like. Do you have that in your head? So my question to you is, well, obviously we know that when he comes, he played the Alabama Theater a couple of years ago. He had the guy from Mr. And he had Colin, the guy from Men at Work.
Colin Hay.
They Colin Hay. He's fan. I couldn't believe he could still hit the notes. He was singing. They did Kyrie and they did Mr. It was fantastic. It was great. I love it because they play different songs from each group. So it's like a best of night. And of course, he plays some Beatles songs, but now he's going to be playing some country music. Any interested in going to that show if it comes to the concert hall? I'm in.
Yeah. I will definitely go. I have never seen a Beatle. I mean, and really, my only options would have ever been McCartney. And
McCartney's still touring. He just played Atlanta a couple of weeks ago or a few months ago. He's always got a guy from Toto that's always playing the band too. So they always play Africa and Rosanna. Almost every time he comes to town. So,
but John Lennon was dead. Yeah, Lennon was dead before I was born, and Harrison never really toured.
Yeah. Wait a minute. John Lennon was dead when you were alive in 1980?
No, 83.
Wow. You're a young little pup. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, good. That's what we do here on the show. We talk about different concerts, and we also thank our fine folks at Sasquatch Toys and Comics. I just went and saw Seth a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go back down and see him. 300,000 comics and toys, Legos, you name it, Star Wars stuff, whatever it is, Battlestar Galactica. He's got it all. If you're looking for a particular toy, he'll find it for you. And if you're looking for a particular card, he'll find it for you. And he may have some autograph collectibles coming out of my closet soon. So we'll see what happens. I got some pretty good stuff here. Press conference on Friday last week. U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat from Connecticut, warned state residents about a fraud that's becoming more and more rampant. You know what I'm talking about here?
Pets posing as people.
Close. Scammers manipulating photos of lost pets posted by owners on social media to make it appear the animal's been hurt and then gouging money from them. In Florida and Texas, for example, scammers have told owners of missing dogs their pets were hit by cars with an accompanying image of a dog that looks like theirs on a veterinarian's operating table. The scammer then demands payment for the surgery. An urgent demand for money is a red flag, Blumenthal said, along with the claim that a lost pet's been hurt and an image of an injured pet. The FTC, as the nation's consumer protection agency, should issue a formal warning about the scam, the senator said. So numerous reports of lost pets scams have surfaced recently. Popular Science reported in March describing a few common scenarios, including the one in which the owners set an image of what appeared to be their injured dog at a veterinarian hospital, and another in which the owners set images of what appears to be their pet at a shelter about to be euthanized.
This seems like a lot of work because you have to figure out who is missing a pet and who isn't. So I guess...
No. You post the picture. People post pictures of their pets on telephone poles, and you take that picture.
Right.
Then you AI it.
Right.
And then they call the phone number and you send the picture and they take their picture of their animal and somehow they manipulate it. Okay, put this picture and put it on a table, making it look like it's having stomach surgery. And then you send that picture to the person you're calling.
I get all that. But how often do you see a picture on a stop sign of a lost pet?
About every day in my neighborhood.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You don't see that anymore?
No, hardly ever.
I see. Oh, dude, right now I have one right here at the stop sign. There's a stop sign for a bulldog. Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of bulldog, you always talk about how busy you are. And you're always looking for more clients. You're always looking for more people. And that's good. And you're the best. You're the best at what you do. And I'm here to tell you. And I don't want you to think of that in your lifetime. But I do want you to think about the future, okay? Think about the future. Think about...
in the year 2000.
Let's go 2040.
Okay.
14 years. I'll probably still be alive. I'll be 74. How old will you be in 2040?
I'll be 57.
All right. So the people that created the IRobot in 1990...
Oh, did you say what year? In what year?
2040.
Oh, 2040. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's correct. 57.
The people that created IRobot in 1990, and then the Roomba, which is the same thing as the vacuum, but it's actually a mop. The Roomba is 2002. I've got one of each. Have now come out with something called the Familiar, which is a iRobot animal. It's a dog. It is shaped like a bulldog. Right now it doesn't look like a bulldog yet. It looks just like a clump of fur, but it's what it's going to look like. It's got audio input ears at its system. It adapts to behavior as it learns, which means through AI, It uses Chat GPT, and based on its behavior that it sees through you, it knows where you walk, when you get up, it knows when you go to work, it knows when you come home, it knows when to eat, and based off, and the longer this animal's around you, the more it knows about you, just like regular AI. And they're saying that in the next 10 or 15 years, people will have these things like their normal dogs and cats.
Okay.
Like, and that it knows when to, it senses when you're depressed. It knows when you're happy. It gets happy when you're happy. It greets you at the door because it knows exactly what time you come home. It sits there and waits for you when you get home. It is everything that an animal is, with the exception of the poop and the pee, and obviously the real warm love that an animal actually gets you. I think this is funny, but for like nursing homes and for people that can't take care of an animal, like people in wheelchairs and stuff, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be something special. This could be. I'm thinking if I was an investor, I was wanting to sell this thing, I'd blow the doors off this thing. And all I can think of is the Jetsons. I mean, they had this peg back in the '60s, right? What was the name of the dog?
Astro.
Right. We're gonna have a bunch of Astros. And that was what, 70 years ago, 60 years ago.
I thought Astro was a real dog.
No, Astro was a robot dog.
Rastro.
Yeah,
All right.
Astro. Remember, Astro had the blinking nose or the blinking tail or something like that.
No. I think you're thinking of the housekeeper.
Look it up.
Look, I'm looking at it right now.
What's Astro look like?
Look, it looks like this.
Is that Astro?
You're thinking
about. It is. Yeah, you're right. Astro. That's right. Astro always seemed like he was drunk. That's
you're
right.
Thinking about the maid.
I'm thinking about the maid. I got the two confused.
Let me see.
What was her
Rosie
name?
the robot.
Rosie the robot. Yeah, you're right. That was right, because there would be I would think. Yeah, that's right. I would think if they were for thoughtfulness, they would have had a robot dog, because that would have been a really space age for that show. But I guess flying cars is enough.
I'm not going to poo-poo on the robot dog.
Yeah,
I'm really not going to poo-poo on the robot dog, because there are people who, and I've seen stories like this all the time, but I feel like most of it comes from Asia. There are people who have robots as friends and significant others.
It exists. And lovers. There was a person who married a robot just in the last couple months, and that was real. I think it was out of Taipei.
And so I'm not, if there are people that will do that, then and be happy, then there are people that will have a robot dog and be happy.
Let me tell you something, my friend. And this is a serious problem. And I went and met, not through a therapist today because I needed one, but I was talking to a therapist about doing some business with me on a show. They're Blue Lake Christian Clinic. They're fantastic. One of the things they're seeing an immediate response for are kids who are starting to start relationships on Chat GPT with the AI figure. They are coming home, sharing their whole day with this thing, and of course, it talks back to them just like a normal human being. You can even put a voice with it, so it actually talks back to you. You don't have to read it; it talks back to you. And whose side do you think it's going to be? Oh, Chat GPT. You can name it. Hey Eunice, let me tell you about the day I had. Listen to this boyfriend, and it will pad you. It'll come back and say, "Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry." Well, tell me more about it. Well, why would he have done that, or why did he say that to you? And you're having a conversation with a robot, and people are having like real conversations with these things. And I'm telling you, go to your kid's room. My daughter, I was like, you must stay off of Chat GPT unless you tell me if you're going to use it for schoolwork or something like that. But these kids are having relationships because it. And in a lot of cases, kids listen to it. You want to talk about, these kids that commit suicide because their friends sit there and bully them and stuff? Be careful. It's real. It's real deal.
But and like I said, I mean, if there are people that will do this for human companionship, there are people that will do it for canine companionship. But the thing is like, you just the knowledge that thing is not real is what would deter me. Like it's not real. So, but that's me. That's not everyone.
Well, I think that's the part that makes it so cool. the fact that it acts so real. I mean, people talk to their plants.
Yeah.
It's real, but it doesn't. I mean, people talk to their plants all the time. I'm trying to think of some other inanimate things
And
that
I'm
people talk to.
getting a little existential here, I think. But here's the thing: like, I don't want something that is always going to agree with me. I don't want something that is always going to do what I want it to do. It's just, it's hard to explain, but
Just tell it. Just say, hey, listen, I don't want you to agree with everything I say, and it'll do it. I mean, it will. It'll go. Okay. I love talking to you, but I'd appreciate it if you were a little more hard edged. And it probably will. It'll go. Okay, I'm a badass now. What do you want? I mean, it's.
Can you imagine getting into an argument with a robot dog?
Oh man. Hey, it's only a matter of time, my friend. I mean, there's nothing like a nice warm body though, but I'm just like, what in the world? I mean,
can they make the robot dog occasionally pee and poop on my rugs while we yell at it?
Probably could. I'm trying to think if I'm actually happy that I'm alive during this process.
I'm not.
Because it is too weird. I am about ready to Ted Kaczynski. I'm about ready to go off the grid, man. I'm ready to go I'm not going to bomb anyone, but I'm ready to go get a place in the mountains and get the hell away because this stuff is, it's insane.
You know what? There are so many times I think about my life and when I die and when I get to go see Jesus, and there are so many things that I'm going to want to say. Like, show me why this happened, or show me the tipping point here. Like, show me where we hit the point of no return with our morality, or show me where we hit the point of no return with like our planet. But all that's God's plan, so you can't really. It's not a point of no return.
We're kind of there, right? We're right between. And this is real. This is not from some guy looking into a crystal ball, but we're at that 473 or 483 year period the Bible taught us. And so we're in between that area of the 483 and the rapture. And then we got the 7 years. So we're in it. I mean, that's what the Bible says. And so far the Bible's batting 1,000. Every prophecy's been right. There is not one thing this is not Nostradamus. Everything it says has happened. And it will happen. I mean, that's just, and it's spot on. But right now we're at it's 483 years, like it was, after, Jesus came. And then we have like a short, but we don't know how long that period of time is before the rapture. So it's going to happen.
I think the 60s. I
think it'd be super cool to be here for the rapture. I mean, I think a bunch of floating human beings, I think would just be super cool. We're going to meet them halfway up. I think it's going to be awesome. I hope I'm here for it. Get them out of the ground is going to be fine too. I mean, you can resurrect me too, but to be taken, like those videos where all of a sudden you're looking at someone on the train and their phone just drops on the floor and they're gone, and people are like. And they realize that they weren't chosen because they see you going. They're like, what just happened? He just disappeared. They're like, you didn't. I mean, you got 7 years of hell coming up. It's going to be cool. So a bigger question here on Darkside the Pooch. I should give you some time. And if you want to take a week to answer this question, you can. First thing or first question you'd ask Jesus when you see him. And you can ask him as many things you want, but what would be one of the first questions that you would ask him? Would you ask him something like, "Hey, was the JFK shooting real?" I mean, what would you? I mean, where would you go?
Well, I know the answer to this question already, but I've always wondered, why'd you do it this way? Like you had paradise, you had Eden, and you had Adam and Eve there. Why did they make that decision that they made? And then we all had to suffer,
but you know that answer.
I know the answer. And really the ultimate answer is to point us towards him.
Sure.
Everything is to point us towards God. So
heaven was closed, man. It was not open. It was not available to us until all that happened. So,
yeah. So you had to have the law, and the law has to highlight the sin, and then that, points you to God. So, that's the answer to that question, but that's just always something that I've wondered.
I know I'm very TMZ here, but I'd have to ask, do we really have dead aliens in Area 51.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is the whole alien thing really? Is it really true? Or first of all, are there
Oh,
other
that's a good one.
extraterrestrials? Because I can't believe that he built this entire universe and there's not something else out there living. But other extraterrestrials, and or do they live among us? Because I really believe that there's some things living around us that aren't. You got friends. You got some weird friends, don't you? I mean, they're just a little off. They're just a little off.
I don't think I probably am that friend. I am that friend, probably.
They're programmed just about right, but they're just sometimes they glitch. They glitch a little bit, and you're like, "What did you just say?" And they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Okay, all right."
That's a great question. That's a great question.
We should do top 10 questions to Jesus. That'd be good.
Well,
hey, let me ask you a question since we're on it. Every day, I think it's like 1.7 lives per one death, 1.7 to 1 or 1.3 to 1 or something like that. I need to look that up. In other words, we're continuing to expand. And I think only during COVID did it actually reverse. We had more people dying than being born during that 2-year period, which is kind of scary. And we have to keep procreating, right? And you go to China where they've only allowed you to have one child forever. Now they're freaking out. They're paying people to have babies over there because everyone's like 75 years old and there's no young people to run all their industry and stuff. But what happens in the animal world? What is the birth to death rate for dogs and cats in this country? Are we getting more and more and more? Is it even? Do you have that idea? That'd be that's a very interesting question, is it not?
I have no idea. I just looked up humans. There are approximately 400,000 births and 160,000 deaths per day.
Wow, it's almost 4 to 1 then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this results in a net population increase of over 240,000 people daily.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy. I thought it was like 1.7. Well, it could be 1.7. Put it in there. Are there more dogs today than yesterday? Or I don't even know how you would ask that question.
I'm putting it in right now. Deaths to births per day in relation to dogs.
And you would think since I
don't think they're going to be able to know this. 70,000 puppies or kittens are born daily in the U.S., yet over 1.5 million animals are euthanized in shelters annually. So that's just shelters. So
70,000 a day, you'd have to do the math. 70,000 a day times 365, and then there's 1.2. But that's the shelters. We're not talking about animals that actually die.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so many other animals die at veterinary practices. Yeah. So yeah, you have 70,000 being born daily. 1.5 million are euthanized in shelters annually. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be a good number. It's like it's impossible because there's always, when people die, there's death certificates, there's birth certificates. When animals die,
what do you think? Do you think there's more dogs today than there was yesterday?
Oh yeah, there has to be. There has to be.
Okay.
Because think about it, like every time one dog is born, at least 2 are born from that same mother.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll have a litter of like 8, 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that I feel like that's gonna happen every day. Though I would think that I would think
70,000 dogs a day. That sounds like a lot.
I would think that, and that's just in the US.
That's crazy.
I don't see how they would know that.
Yeah. Do you watch do you see the Rob Lowe commercial for the ASPCA?
Yeah, that's always somebody different.
You can take any animal and put it in slow motion, and it'll make you sad. Just put anything in slow motion, and you'll cry. I mean, that the whole commercial is just slow motion animals, dogs and cats. Even the horse that they have lying there looks horrible. By the way, I picked the Kentucky Derby winner this past weekend, Golden Tempo.
My buddy did too.
23 to 1. Yeah. I didn't make any money on it, but I picked it on our show. They say that they need 3,000 donors within 30 days. And I know the same commercial comes up and then they say, no, we need 300 in the next 10 minutes, blah, 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 blah. And I know that works. And I think it's not Rob Lowe. It's
the guy from
McCormick. McCormick.
Yeah,
what's his
Will
name?
and Grace.
From Will and Grace, the gay dude. Yeah. And he's great. And it's huge that they got him to be their spokesperson, because I know that they probably, but is there like I don't believe we're ever going to solve human hunger, despite that we have more food to feed everyone. Just think about the food that I threw away last time I went to Olive Garden. I mean, it's just like I feel guilty. I do. I feel guilty. I take it home just because I don't want them to know they're going to throw away half a lasagna, and I'll bring it home knowing I'm going to throw it away. I mean, I threw away. I had a 6-pound Boston butt. And for whatever reason, my kids love it the first day we have it, and we never eat the rest of it. I'm like, and it's perfectly good. And I don't know if it's because it's fattening or whatever, but I'll make it on Monday, and then it'll sit in the refrigerator for a whole week, and then they won't eat it, and I'll end up throwing it away. So I starting to give it to the neighbors because I just felt so bad about throwing away all that meat because I could serve like another 10 people. But I mean, do you think will there ever be a time when like not if dogs continue to blow up and cats continue to blow up, we're always going to have that issue, aren't we? We're always going to have that issue that there's going to be animals not being fed, aren't we? I don't understand why someone would take the time to adopt or get a pet and not take care of it. I don't get it.
They don't think about it, and I really think that, and you know, I've never actually gotten an animal from the Humane Society. I've gotten some from the streets.
Yeah.
You know, you just pick them, like you see a stray dog, you just pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if the Humane Societies, before they allow a pet to be adopted, if they educate owners on what the average annual cost is to own a pet.
Yeah, we did. We went over that last show.
But I wonder if the Humane Society does that. Hey, here's what it's going to cost you.
$5,000. Just put a $5,000 on, or $4,800 or whatever it was you and I talked about too.
But you know, the shelters are so desperate to get them out of there because they're overcrowded that, you know, they're probably like, hey, we got somebody to take them. We don't care.
Yeah, that's true. And I hate to see some animals now. The one in Shelby County, you have to go through a interview process. They won't just give you a dog. They have to make sure that it's the right fit, and you're going to take care of it. And they ask you questions. It's like adopting a child.
So
we've gone through that before. It's crazy. I mean, I'm glad too because because the last thing they want to do is see that animal again.
Right.
That's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so I had a friend who he found a cat and he took it to one of the Humane Societies in Central Alabama, and they said, you're going to have to pay us to take it. You're going to have to pay the Humane Society to leave the animal here. And he was like, wait, what? That's not how this works. She said, yes, you're going to have to. And he said, okay, well, next time I'm just going to pick the cat up. I'm going to drive by here. I'm just going to put it right outside.
Yeah, really? I mean,
right outside the building.
Someone will see it and pick it up. Funny story you bring up here. This came out of the New York Times yesterday. This woman wrote a note to the New York Times that said, this past winter, I was walking through downtown Chicago on a frigid night when I encountered a homeless man and his pet cat. And she was throwing the question out to the readers of the New York Times. I'm not sure why she was in downtown Chicago, but she is asking the question, should I have tried to buy that cat from that homeless man? Because the animal was probably going to die. It was super cold. It was shivering. Obviously, she can't buy the dude. He's on the streets of Chicago. But she was asking, of course, most of the people were like, oh, yeah, you probably should have bought that kitty cat. But sometimes that's all homeless people have. There was a guy sitting down here on Morgan Road, man. He sat out here for like 3 weekends in a row for like 72 hours. He was super tan. He was a bum. He's sitting there with his dog. And it's beating sun. It was in the sun all day. There's no tree. It's just a stop sign right there, right off of exit 6. Anything with a sign, anything will help. And he's sitting there looking at his cell phone. I'm going. And so my daughter's looking out the window, and I said, "What's he looking at?" She goes, "He's looking at himself. He's got his face is on the screen, so he's looking at himself like he's getting ready for a date or something." And I'm thinking to myself, how messed up is this world that our homeless people are asking for help and everyone's got a cell phone? I mean, isn't that crazy? But you know what? Cell phones have gotten to the point where it's almost a necessity, is it not?
It's such
I don't know what would a homeless person need a cell phone for, though? Seriously.
That's such a Simpsons episode. Like,
it is.
I feel like that's
what
like
impossible. I mean, I could go a week without my cell phone. I don't think I'd miss a beat. If I told everyone, hey, listen, I'm turning my phone off for a week, everyone would say, fine, I'll see you next Monday. I'd have no problem. I wouldn't miss anything. Yeah,
the only thing that would mess me up now is the maps. Like if I have to go somewhere I don't know.
Oh
Good luck.
man,
Good luck getting an atlas.
dude, when I was like in high school, and I was part of the CYO, the Catholic organization. So all these girls I were dating were going to different churches, because we'd all get together and have church weekends and stuff, and they weren't ever from our own church. So it would be normal for me to have to drive 25 or 30 miles to go pick a girl up for a date. And because I was so bad with directions, and I'm still really, really bad with directions.
Oh,
I just don't,
remember we went to that fish show. Remember
oh
when
my God,
you were so turned around,
dude. And it's not that I'm not paying attention. I just don't have a sense of direction. I don't pay attention. Now, when I'm alone, I'll figure it out. But if I got somebody with me, I don't pay attention at all. But I used to go because I didn't want to be the dumb schmuck that drives by our house 4 or 5 times while she looks out the window, because we didn't have GPS stuff. So we had no directions. I mean, when Garmin came out, it was like the best thing in the world. It was almost like a new Bible coming out. It was awesome, right? And so I would drive the night before to her house. And of course, we had the directions written on a stinking piece of paper. It would take a left on the third light, take a right on the left. You're going to veer, and you would write down the directions with a pen because you didn't have a computer, and you would find that's how you get to people's directions. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anything interesting? Anything interesting going on at work?
No, I mean it's been pretty normal stuff. Nothing really jumps out. Pretty status quo. But I saw a cool movie from 2019 called Harpoon.
Harpoon. I've heard of that. What was it about?
It is, if you search on Rotten Tomatoes top horror movies, I think it's in the top 20.
Really?
And it's not horror. It's more of a thriller.
Psycho thriller.
Yeah, basically, yeah, pretty much. And I think it was done on a super low budget. I don't know what the budget was, but you got to kind of hang with it. It starts a little bit slow, and you think that you know what's going to happen. You're pretty sure you know what's going to happen, and you really don't. And it's almost a dark comedy in some ways.
Really, Harpoon,
2019.
How many popcorns you give it out of 5?
I would probably give it a 4.
4? Okay.
I'd probably give it a 4. I tried to watch a movie called Deep Dark, and I watched it, but it was it had a great rating from critics and from viewers. I had 90 on both, and it was like a creature film. Like these French people go down in a mine, and there's this creature down there. It was not good.
Any thought on the Michael movie?
I haven't seen it.
I hear it's just a total love fest over Michael.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's done by his estate, and done his cousin actually plays him in it. In the movie doesn't talk about any of the sexual stuff, which is fine. I mean, we know what happened, so I don't need to go through that again. I wouldn't mind seeing that in some type of documentary or something. I'm sure it's out there. But if you just like Michael Jackson movie, it's probably fun to go watch.
I think if you want to know the light side of Michael Jackson, or if you're a huge Michael Jackson fan, I think that it would be a great movie to watch.
Yeah.
But you don't, if you want to know the dark side,
and his father too. His father's in a lot of the trailers too.
Well, I think that you will see the dark side of that. I think it's I think this is a very sympathetic pro Michael film.
I totally agree with you. But yeah, if you're looking for dirt, you ain't gonna find it. So all right. Sasquatch Toys and Comics right there in Homewood. Over 300,000 comics, toys. If you've got some unopened toys, you found some stuff in the attic, you would not believe what some of those toys are worth. It doesn't matter the size of them. Masks, everything from autographs, you name it, cards, Plinko, whatever it is, man. Check it out. They're wonderful. Sasquatch Toys and Comics. Sasquatch Toys and Comics. You find them on Facebook. I think they got a website. I'm not sure. Just go down there and check them out. Put it in your phone, because you're going to need it, and because at the front of the store, there's like a giant Chewbacca hanging outside the store, or one of those, what do they call those, the white things? What are those Rangers? What are those things called? The white uniform.
Oh, the snow trooper.
Well,
they're snow trooper, but they're stormtroopers too.
Stormtroopers. There's stormtroopers out there. It's kind of weird because it just stands there and you don't know if it's real or not, but it's not. But check it out and tell Seth that Dr. Ab and Tony sent you. Tell people how they can get in touch with you, man.
Call us at 208-0301, or you can email us, rossbridgeanimalhospital@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook.
You rock. Let's do a concert later this summer together with you. I had such a great time. I was talking to a friend of mine today. I met with a guy that works for Barber Motorsports, super nice guy named Charles, and we were talking about live concerts. And I said, "Are you a Fish fan?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Man, if you get a chance to go see him," I said, "it was fantastic. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen." It was
So
a
good.
lot of it was the company I was with. That has a lot to do with it. That's why hot
Yeah.
dogs always taste so good at ballparks, because you're with your friends and you're watching a baseball game. That's why they taste so good.
When you go see Fish for the first time, you need a guide. You need a fish guide.
Yeah, I was not surprised because everybody, I felt like I wasn't in on the joke.
Yeah.
There were some songs where, and I'm so happy that I felt invited to be in on the joke, because there's some parts of songs where people sing along and say sings and stuff like that. And I was like, and you're like, well, watch this. And it was like, boom. So to have a guide was very nice. And I wish I hadn't sucked down one of those balloons on the way out. Anyway. Hey, they got helium balloons for the kids. Look, Dr. Abby, like, oh, that's not helium, Tone. I was like, oh. I kept figuring, I was like, why would they have balloons at a concert?
Stay away.
To bring something home for the kids? You're like, no, dumbass. It's not helium. I'm like, oh, I mean, I should tell you. Yeah, I'll take some hits of acid back to my son, too. That's real good.
Oh, look, stamps.
Oh, yeah. And don't lick those bad boys. All right, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right, buddy.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.